This lamb curry is one of the tastiest you'll ever make, yet requires the least amount of effort. Honestly, it's almost too good to be true. But here we are, about to create an absolute delicious dish with maximum flavor and minimal fuss. Join me and Mum in the Burmawala kitchen as we take you through this wonderful recipe. We start with 1 kilogram of bone-in lamb, the real star of the show. To this we add a good tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of crushed black peppercorns, a teaspoon of turmeric, a tablespoon of chili powder, and 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri red chili powder for that deep, rich color and gentle heat. In goes 2 tablespoons each of ginger and garlic paste. To bring in some gorgeous body and depth, we're adding a cup of desiccated coconut and a cup of crushed fried onions. These will melt into the curry, creating a beautifully thick and luxurious gravy. 3 tablespoons of yogurt help tenderize the meat, while a 1/4 cup of oil ensures everything cooks just right. Give it all a thorough mix, making sure every morsel of meat is coated in this fragrant, spice-packed marinade. If you've got a bit of patience, I know it's hard, let it rest in the fridge for at least an hour. It's worth it, trust me. Now, let's get cooking. Into a medium-heated pan, in goes a 1/4 cup of oil, along with a good tablespoon of ghee, because let's face it, everything is better with ghee. Once that's warmed up, in goes our marinated meat, straight into the pan, leaving not a single speck of spice behind. Now we give it 5 minutes on medium heat, letting every piece develop a gorgeous sear while the spices come to life. You'll want to keep an eye on it here, because we've got a thick spice coating. We don't want anything catching at the bottom. And since we're not drowning it in oil, we're making curry, not deep frying it. The key is to keep it moving and adjust the heat as needed. The beauty of this dish is its simplicity. No need to stand over the hob frying onions or faffing about with extra steps. Once the lamb is beautifully seared, the hard work is done. Now, we carefully pour in 2 cups of water from the side, gently, so we don't wash away all those incredible spices. Give it a good mix, and you'll already see the curry starting to thicken, thanks to the coconut and onions working their magic. As soon as it comes to a gentle boil, we pop the lid on and let it simmer away on a low heat for 90 minutes. Slow and steady wins the race here. This is how we get meat so tender, it practically falls apart just by looking at it. At the halfway mark, it's time for a quick check-in. Things are looking gorgeous. The oil is rising to the top, the aroma is out of this world, but the meat isn't quite there yet. So, we give it another 45 minutes. Letting it gently bubble away until it's perfectly tender. And here we are, 45 minutes later, and what a transformation. The meat is soft and succulent, the oil has risen beautifully, and the color, just stunning. The consistency is spot on, thick, glossy, and absolutely mouth-watering. But we're not done just yet. Now, we stir in 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, cooking it into the curry for a touch of natural sweetness and even more depth of color. Watch as it transforms right before your eyes. Pure magic in a pan. A couple of minutes on medium heat is all it needs. Now, for the finishing touches, we crush in 2 tablespoons of kasuri methi for a lovely earthy aroma. Throw in a few large-cut green chilies for a bit of fresh heat, and of course a generous handful of fresh coriander, because no good curry is complete without it. And there you have it, our lamb curry, in all its rich, glossy, aromatic glory. Honestly, would you just look at it? It's hard to believe how little effort went into something that looks and smells this good. No artificial coloring, no standing around frying onions for ages, just simple ingredients working together in the most beautiful way. It's mild enough for the whole family to enjoy, meal preps like a dream, and freezes brilliantly. A quick reheat, and you've got yourself a proper homemade feast in minutes. Now, It's traditionally served with rice, but let's be real, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Have it with roti, naan, or even a nice buttery bit of mash if that's your thing. You do you. Before I go, a little fun idea. I've started a family competition where whoever comments within the first 48 hours gets entered into a draw for a portion of next week's recipe or a packet of my spice mix. And since the comments help with the algorithm, I thought, why not open it up to all our UK viewers? So, if you fancy getting your hands on a spice packet, just drop a comment within the first 48 hours and let's spread the joy of good food even further. As always, all ingredients and instructions are in the description below. Happy cooking!